It's a special newsroom night. Episode 12 of Mosh's Live is tonight on a Tuesday, and we usually only do it on Mondays. Thank you for being here. Dark Athena from Twitch Kittens is with us. We will get to her in a moment. She is a streamer spotlighter this week. I'm going to repeat that all in like 1 minute. Stream talk. So, God, I wasn't rushed at all getting ready. I guess stream talk wise, I think there was a couple of problems last night. I fixed the volume level, so please, if you are watching this and you're in chat and either Athena is too loud or too low, let me know. I'm monitoring the chat. We'll figure it out. The other thing is that last night when I watched the VOD, I caught myself saying the word like several times. So I have increased the pot for the giveaway at the end of the month. As we talked about, every time I say the word like during this broadcast, it increases the pot by $1. And if you're a sub, it'll increase it by $2. So you can post something in the chat. I will probably not update it live. I will update it in the post show. And also I'll go through the VOD to confirm that you guys aren't trying to bilk all my money out of my wallet. So let's move to the Dark Athena stream. I call it the Dark Athena screen. It's your screen now, Athena. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
I hope that today was all right.
It was all
as
right.
I sort of...
work and all.
Oh. I forgot to mention the most important part of the initial show. And that is, what are you drinking right now?
I have a glass of Coke and a mixture of my G Fuel. It's the rainbow sherbet, and I mixed.
Oh my god, I love that one. That one's amazing.
And I took the Mio orange and vanilla droplets and added to it.
Are those the energy ones?
No,
the little ones that come in like the black squirt thing?
Yeah, they're just like water. You just add them in. I know Kali she uses like a blue one, I think, sometimes for their drinks. And I'm dripping all over myself.
I have a question about the G Fuel now, because the first time I ordered one was last week and I got like this crazy assorted pack.
Okay.
Do you have just the rainbow sherbet flavor? Is that your favorite one? Is that like you just have a big container of it?
I just ordered it recently myself, so I got a tub of the fruit punch and I got some packets of the rainbow sherbet and some packets of the strawberry shortcake, because I wasn't buy tubs until I at least tried them, and they were having like a sale on the packets, so I could just do samples. And fruit punch is pretty much fruit punch. It's universal. I've yet to try anything that does not taste like fruit punch that says it's fruit punch. So I got the tub of that because I figured that
I think you're going to be safe with a fruit punch, right?
Exactly. It's like adult Kool-Aid, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, I actually never tried it, and then I saw, I think Julia might have been talking about it, or somebody was in the channel, and I ordered that assorted pack, and I think my favorite one might be peach iced tea. I don't know why that's my favorite one. I'm not a fan of iced tea, but I think I like that the best. And also, last night, when I was watching Hack Ninja's stream, he was talking about cooking the G Fuel into an icing of a cupcake, and now I want to eat that. Yes, you can do that.
Yes.
I want to eat it.
I mean, it is powdered, so you can definitely technically make it into a flavoring of anything.
Right. So the first question that we always ask on the show is how we got started streaming. I want to know, how did you get started?
Well, it's a little complicated, actually, because my husband is a YouTuber, and he's had his channel for a very long time, and he started streaming on YouTube, and I would pop in on his streams, just kind of goofing around with him, and his community responded pretty positively to us bantering back and forth, to where when I would come home from work, if he was streaming, they're always, Hi, Lady Veos, because that's my husband's um, handle is Veos. So they all pretty much know me. So I played mostly Destiny. I had my own Destiny clan. I still have my own Destiny clan, and
Oh
my
wow, I
husband,
did not know that.
yeah, my husband and I were talking about me streaming my interactions with my clan because when we goof around, it's pretty hysterical. So last September, I opened up a Twitch account, but I didn't use it. I actually didn't start streaming until the first week of October, and my initial streams was all Destiny. That was actually my only goal was to stream Destiny, Destiny 2 with my clan members. That's it. But like I had talked about in one of my write-ups for Streamer Spotlight, things change.
Right,
You have to be able to adapt.
right.
Um, the game, as much as I love Bungie, as much as I have so many amazing memories with Destiny and Destiny 2, the game was flawed. It had some issues, and it was presenting issues with me on stream. I was getting DDoSed.
Hmm.
I was not, my clan wasn't as active as it used to be because of the content was a bit lacking. So it was either shut the channel down or adapt. I adapted. I cut Destiny completely out of my gaming rotation lineup and kind of moved on from there. But
Hmm.
as far as starting streaming, my husband got me into it, and it was through my interacting with his community that kind of sprung that on. Because I liked interacting with his chat. I moderate his
Right.
chat. So when his chat pops up and they're making comments, I'd comment back.
Makes sense. So you're kind
So
of doing like half the streaming work already, doing that a little bit.
exactly.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how I ended up getting into it.
that's pretty cool. So you started in Destiny. I assume if you were playing Destiny 1, that was like Xbox streaming? Or
I
was Destiny 1
still
on the PC? I don't
no.
know.
Destiny 1 was not on PC. Destiny 2 came out on PC, but I am still a Xbox streamer. I
This is
stream
something I did not know.
I stream directly from Xbox to Twitch. Um, my husband, I love him to pieces. He went and bought me when I first started streaming an Elgato 60S HDS, which requires Windows 10. My laptop that my father-in-law gave me doesn't run Windows 10. It runs Windows 7 and is not upgradable whatsoever. So I
Gotcha.
have a capture card I can't use that he bought for me so that all the alerts and stuff like that that I developed I could use but
Right.
can't. So um, I'm still streaming directly from Xbox to Twitch, and that was the other issue is when I stream from Xbox to Twitch, Twitch will only operate if a game is open, nothing else.
Oh,
So
okay.
So if let's say I'm on
Hmm.
Destiny 2, which is completely internet connection based, and I get DDoSed or the server goes down, my
Right,
stream
then
will
your
go
stream
down.
goes down. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. And I was
Yeah.
having that happen time and time again versus I'm playing Skyrim and it's completely offline. I can pretty
Yeah, I
much
was gonna say the
safely.
I was gonna say the only game I've seen you stream, except for the scary game this weekend, was Skyrim.
I stream Skyrim because I'm completely utterly addicted to it.
Yeah, that game is awesome.
I do play Tetris, and every once in a while I do Throwback Thursday with Tetris, which
Oh, cool.
that started off as a joke. I was joking around in chat, and I said I'm thinking about streaming Tetris, and everyone's like, "You should." And ironically enough, it's one of my higher viewer gaining games. People seem to love coming in and watching me play Tetris. I don't know
Yeah, I feel like
why.
those retro games have a weird niche of a community that really wants to see them played. It's the same kind of community that watches like Super Mario 2 speedruns. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
playing a game that's from when you're 5 and you have 1,000 people watching you play this game. You know that everyone in the world has already played. There's no surprise in this game.
So
but
I
yeah,
I keep Tetris kind of in the background as like my default in case I really don't feel like playing Skyrim if I just want to kind of chill because
yeah, I got you.
most people when they play Tetris it requires intense concentration. Me, it was a game that I played all the time when I was growing up that it comes like second nature.
Yeah, I can see that. I used to do some of the same thing with Geometry Wars, this game on Xbox that is super fun. It's really just like a kind of an easy shooting puzzle game. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. So you mentioned your husband's community. So let's move into talking about communities.
Okay.
Um, his community, I assume you mean specific to his group. How did you sort of find Twitch Kittens and work into Twitch Kittens?
Well, when I say my husband's community, I mean his game community and what he
Right.
streams. He plays KSP, which is Kerbal
Oh,
Space
yeah.
Program,
Hmm.
which is a very close knit community,
Yeah.
especially on YouTube. So when I mean community, I don't mean like an official community, but more of when he does videos, when he does his streams, and they come to
Hmm.
his in that sense. I found Twitch Kittens completely by accident on Twitter. I
Nice.
saw someone with the hashtag Twitch Kittens, and kitten immediately caught my attention. I mean, I love cats, and I was new to Twitch, so I followed them, and next thing I know, I'm getting a DM from the Twitch Kittens on Twitter inviting me to the Discord.
Hmm.
Now, I had never been in Discord before. I knew nothing about Discord. I was lost when I first joined Discord. I had no idea how anything worked. And when I first joined, I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into. I wasn't sure of anything because I was brand new. I was greener than green. And so I had a few other people invite me to their Discords, and I quickly found out they were more of a follow for follow communities. And I didn't know a lot, but I knew enough to know that that's kind of not the direction I wanted to go
Right.
because it didn't seem like a sound business practice. Like I
Yeah,
scratch your
it's
back,
not
you
really sticking
scratch
around the
mine, but
community.
you don't really get anything out of it.
Right.
So when I first joined, Roya had greeted me in the introductions, and I lurked for a bit. I chatted, or at least tried to chat. Chat was going a billion miles an hour. No one really
Yeah.
was
Okay.
noticing that I was new, and so I was actually ready to leave. I was getting a little frustrated, and then
Hmm.
one member, I guess I caught their attention. I'm not sure how. One member pulled me in, and that would be Kajilio. So
KJ's the
I
best.
yes, KJ is the best. I heart KJ. He's awesome. So I stuck around and started kind of just inserting myself into conversations. I just started randomly jumping into conversations and forcing myself in. And I kind of just learned all the rules and kind of learned about the Discord.
So
And that was
it's
back in October. So I literally started streaming and joined Twitch Kittens at around the same time, within
oh
days of each
nice. So I have to get out this line because I just thought about it in my head and I think it's amazing. You ready?
other.
So you went from joining Twitch Kittens because you love kitties to now
Uh-huh.
herding cats as an admin or as a mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Herding cats.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now you are in Twitch Kittens and you are a mod. So that means that you have like a second job of just monitoring the chat and making sure that people aren't doing the wrong thing in the wrong spot. Um,
See, I don't really look at it as a job, as more of taking care of your home, because Twitch Kittens
hmm,
is a second home to me. And I didn't ask to become a mod. Actually, that was sprung on me. I was in shock. I was just a rep, a TK rep, and was on the welcome committee, welcoming everybody. But I was also, helping people get acclimated to the community, because that's what part of the welcome team is all about, is getting people used to the community, getting used
right.
to how we operate things, because Twitch Kittens is very different than a lot of the other Twitch communities, and the way we
Hmm,
operate things is very inclusive, and we don't do the self promotion, we don't allow for certain things in chat that other communities might allow. But my hands often not was tied, because I'm telling people about the rules, but if someone's posting a link in chat, there's really not much I can do. Until about a few weeks ago, I popped into the Discord thinking it's a normal day, and next thing I know, people are commenting on the different color of my name, and I went to go react to somebody, and I saw a new feature that I never had before called the delete button. I'm like, what the heck? Like, so I
and that's when
come
you grew
up.
in immense power.
Actually, that scared the crap out of me, to be honest, and it still makes me a little nervous, because it is a huge responsibility, and whenever anyone's given a huge responsibility, there's always that risk of someone taking advantage of it or trying to abuse it, and I never want to be in a position to where I can be accused of abusing my position. So going from a rep to a mod, you're actually put under a more stringent magnifying glass, because I now have to be super careful of what I say to people so that it's
hmm
not taken the wrong way. So, in a sense, whereas if I was just a regular member joking around, that's one thing, but now my jokes have to be even filtered even more.
Right. So that's actually a good question. When you're saying that now you have to maybe choose your words a little more carefully. Is that it's almost more work doing that, right? In order to make sure you're not offending anyone or
No, no.
ostracizing someone in the group.
Not really, because that's what I do for a living anyway. I work in mental
Oh
health,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
have to choose my words carefully anyway. And so I'm constantly filtering myself anyway. So it's just more of using that same attitude, that same filter when I'm in the Discord versus
hmm
when I'm streaming. When I'm streaming, I might be a little bit more blunt. I might tell you exactly what I think and how I feel,
Yeah.
versus I might soften it a little. I'm not, the message is the same, the verbiage might be different.
I hear you. Yeah, that makes sense because in one domain you're sort of representing a whole group, and the other domain it's just like your own corner of things, and you have a little more control
It,
and
yes,
say
but
over what happens
in
or
the back of
doesn't.
my mind, I'm still keeping in mind that I am representing Twitch Kittens, because I am streaming to their community. I do have their logo in my
Yeah.
panels. So that is always
Right.
going to be in the back of my mind. And I go by what my mom has always told me: don't ever do anything or say anything that you don't want put on the 6 o'clock news.
Or the internet, which is forever. Yeah,
Exactly.
I hear
So,
you.
but it's the same thing, it's the same
Right.
process.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. That's good advice. Um, okay, so I want to find out. I want to talk about the spotlight. Um,
Okay.
so we had Kitty on who is in the spotlight, and I started this whole process sort of after um, Alvara. So you're the second spotlight person that has been on the show. How basically when you found out about it, how was it in terms of sort of scrambling to figure out what you're gonna say, or the new? Was there some kind of um, weight of okay, now I gotta these are terrible words that I'm thinking of, but like now you need to sort of expound your ideas as a representative of Twitch Kittens, but also sort of as this chosen stream member who now new viewers are looking to you, or I'm sorry, new streamers are looking to you for maybe advice on things you've done streaming to get to where you are. How did that go? Because I know all the streamer spotlights. For those that don't know, there's a Discord, basically Discord channel for them to post in, and Athena did a great job, Kitty did a great job, Alvara did a great job on sort of putting in their thoughts. Not, I like that it's not formatted to where the TK people don't give you a sheet and say, okay, on the first day you're going to talk about this, the second day you're going to talk about this. It's more of a fluid, post your thoughts and what you think and what might be useful to the viewer base. At least that's what it seems like. So you guys have all done a really good job of posting something a little bit different but really informative. And I remember your I think it might have been your second post where you sort of talked about adapting, as you mentioned earlier. But things like that are so interesting to me, and the whole the concept of the spotlight and using it to sort of advance the newer streamers in the group. Did you? I guess I don't want to say nervous. That's not the right thing, but like have to write down a list of thoughts that you wanted to put out there for the new viewers and think about it a little bit, or was it just like, okay, I'm going to type pages of text?
It was actually none of that. First of all, when I was told I was streamer spotlight, I was at work. I was messaged by Dark Fiend and was asked if he could talk to me, and he said he got some messages that were a bit concerning. I'm like, I didn't do it. I swear, I didn't do it.
He's always watching.
Right. It made it sound like I was in trouble. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I actually say something or do something that offended somebody? And he said I was streamer spotlight, and I kid you not, my face was red for the rest of the day.
That's so awesome.
It was red for the rest of the day, and I am not used to being the center of attention. I actually shy away from it. I even made mention of that in one of my posts.
Yeah.
The reason for that is in my job, in my profession, we're the ones that are in the background helping others find their light. So I'm pretty much, when someone is suffering from depression and they're trying to learn how to take care of themselves, learning how to maybe grocery shop or go to the doctor's office, or learning how to take meds or anything like that, I'm in the background training them and working with them on helping them. So it's all about them. It's not about me, it's them. So I come from that mentality. So it even transfers even into the community. It's not about me, it's about other people and what I can do to help other people. So to be shoved into a spotlight where I am the focus, it was an amazing experience, but also a very uncomfortable experience at the same time because I'm not used to it. It's
Right.
I shy away from it. So as far as the postings I made, um, those came about naturally and organically,
Mm-hmm.
based off of conversations I'd had with other streamers that I had noticed. And when I was given Spotlight, I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? All these things that I've had conversations with before in the past, this is a good opportunity to kind of write them down and give my perspective on, change. Don't be afraid of change.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to take control of your own channel. Don't let people push you around. Don't let people tell you, hey, you have to do this because I subbed to you. I gave you this amount of biddies or this, that, and the other. No, you are in control. You're in control of
Mm-hmm.
your content. You're in control of everything. And if something's not working, well, then don't be afraid to change.
Right.
Because what's going to happen? If you stay still, nothing happens and you're still kind of stuck in this merry-go-round. If you change something, yeah, it might flop, but you're not in that merry-go-round anymore. You've moved yourself to where you can learn something different and you can figure out what works and what doesn't. And what works for some people, it's not going to work for other people.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
I mean, I
The
went through major changes with my channel. My name is not the name that I started streaming under.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
No, my initial name was Dark Sentinel 117. And January, I changed my name. I have completely done most of my panels at least 2 or 3 times.
Hmm.
My brand has evolved over time. The Enchanted Sanctuary was something that came about over the months. A lady friend says she still remembers Sentinel. Yeah. Yes, I was Dark Sentinel 117. That was my Xbox gamer tag that was developed while I was recruiting members for my gaming clan because I'm a female clan leader playing a predominantly male first person shooter game. So I took on a name that kind of gave an impression that I was a dude so that I could recruit a little bit more easily and weed out the people that were a little bit more sexist than others when I
Yeah,
recruited them. It
that's
worked very well. So
terrible.
I have a very successful gaming clan that
Yeah.
even though we don't play Destiny anymore, we're still we still talk. We're still together. In fact, I've become real life friends with 4 of the members of my clan.
Oh, nice.
So, with Spotlight, it was a shock only because I really, like I said, I like to play in the shadows. I help people without really thinking of myself. So when I was shoved into it, and then people are coming to my streams, people are like, I love your face in Discord. It, um, the week was insane, and so I wanted to give something back to the community that was so amazing that they fought so much of me to put me in that position.
Well, I know that. I mean, I have so many thoughts on everything you just said. Number one, now hearing that your name used to be the Dark Sentinel 117 makes total sense why everyone that I speak to refers to you as Dark and not Athena, because that's the carryover portion of the name. That makes sense
Actually,
now.
no.
What?
Dark actually came about from before because Dark Sentinel was actually a second name change. My
Did you
very
have Dark
first
something the first
name,
one?
yeah, it was actually Dark Amaranthia, but no one ever could pronounce it, so it was just Dark. So I stayed
Gotcha.
Dark. And so when I made my name change, I deliberately kept Dark. So it was Dark Sentinel. And when I changed my name again, I deliberately kept dark because everyone knows me as dark. That was just what I know. But there are people that do call me Athena. There are quite a few people that call me Athena, and I would rather them call me Athena than people were going around calling me Sentinel, because that wasn't flattering. I was thinking about that, and part of the reason why I changed my name was as I look around to people that are highly successful on Twitch, they have very simplified names. Very
Yeah,
few
that's
have
true.
numbers. Very few of them have numbers. Very few of them are very complex. They're very simple. They're easy to roll off the tongue. So it was actually a marketing strategy.
Smart move. Um, so another question I would have, and I sort of mentioned this to you earlier, is so you're in the spotlight. You sort of said you kind of like to remain in the shadows, and you got sort of pulled out of there and put in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
After the week is over, because starting at some point there'll be a new person for this next week. The
Yeah, it actually should have
um,
been today.
oh well, let's go, guys. um, no, do you look back on the past week and think you could have done something different or more, or are you
No,
happy with what happened?
I'm happy with what happened because prior to this week, um, I was kind of back and forth with my streaming.
Hmm.
I starting January, February, March. I call kind of the topsy turvy. Anything could go wrong months. In January, my husband got sick with the flu. I got sick with the flu. My cat chewed through my headset cord, killing my Astros AR 40s, my beautiful headset that I absolutely love. That I could kill her, but I won't. My controller for my Xbox finally decided to die the first or second week of February, but the controller that I used, I couldn't buy in store. I had to order. So I had to wait another week or two for that. So it was just so many comedy of errors happening. And then you throw my job on top of it. And because I work about 45 minutes away from where I live and traffic is hell getting to and from work, that can take me 90 minutes to 2 hours to get to and from work each
Yeah.
way. That by the time I get home, I may not feel like streaming that night. So
Mm-hmm.
me being in streamer spotlight actually kind of pushed me back into getting into my set schedule again and sticking to it
That's fantastic to
versus
hear.
me kind of not really sticking to a schedule, semi sticking to a schedule, or this and that.
Yeah. So another thing, in sort of when I first joined TK, I think even before the rep thing, we, you and I, would sort of not necessarily talk at each other, but we would talk in the serious discussion channel. And
Mm-hmm.
considering you're sort of in the field already, I mean, for some of the talk that used to exist in there, I thought it'd be interesting if you would make a comment on that, because when I first joined, there was all kinds of talk in there, some really rough talk, but you were always kind of the one that was like, hey, we really can't talk about this, and kind of made it a point to make that clear to everyone. um, I I think it would be awesome to hear it from you, sort of verbally, your thoughts on posting that. And I totally agree, by the way. Your thoughts on why you had to post that, why we may have had to change the serious discussion channel to what it is now, which I think it was updated again. I'm not even sure the name of it right now.
It's
Okay.
discussions right now, but
Okay. It changed like 3 times in the last month,
okay.
I think.
So here's the issue. We had people posting major events in that particular channel to where it was discussing possible self-harm, thoughts of suicide, things like that. And we always, always, always had a rule against these particular discussions. And I'm not quite sure how it happened because it wasn't like that when I first started, but that
Hmm.
channel became a venting channel to the point where it was getting out of control. And the reason why that particular channel, why that can't happen is Twitch Kittens is not a mental health community.
Hmm.
We are a streaming community and is very loving, as very generous and well meaning as its members are in giving advice. They're not trained professionals. And so when you have someone that is in the deeps of depression or struggling with anxiety or struggling with their autism symptoms, we don't know everything that's going on with them. We don't know the full facts. We're only hearing what they're presenting. And so
Right.
well-meaning advice can actually do more harm than good. And the problem is I am a trained professional. So when we have this channel up and going and I see these comments, I'm actually mandated to step in and say something and intervene, which puts a hardship on me. I love people, I love helping people, but I need my time too. And I
Hmm.
go to Twitch Kittens to kind of relax and hang out with everybody and enjoy everyone's company. And my job is stressful enough.
Right.
I have seen and done a lot of things with a lot of my clients. And so to come home and then have to go through it while I'm at home when I'm supposed to be taking a breather to
Hmm.
decompress and wind down, it was exhausting. So I'm actually really happy that they finally went ahead and changed the name of it and cracked down on it. Nightlight has also been very instrumental and very supportive in kind of changing the tone of that channel
Yeah,
and
definitely.
cracking down on it because it needed to happen. It was getting too out of hand, and it's not because we don't care about people. It's because we're not trained and it's not responsible. And as far as people wanting to bring up a venting channel, we would still have that same issue. We would
Yeah, I
still
agree.
have people bringing up topics that no one in the Discord. Oh, actually, I'm not going to say no one because there might be some people, but they may not be willing to address or whatnot. And like I said before, you only get one part of this fraction of the story. There may
Right.
be other components of what's going on. And so it's hard to provide informed help when you don't have all that information. When I'm doing an assessment with my client, I'm looking at them face to face. I'm looking at what they're doing as well as listening to what they're doing. You can't do that with a wall of text.
Yeah, that's a great point. And yeah, I agree that the channel now has had a lot. I mean, it's still the serious discussion channel. You know, I mean, it's not Gen Chat where it's basically 90% emotes. It's
Well,
the
that's
topics
what
are
the
yeah,
channel well, that's what the channel was designed for. It was
right.
designed for the heavy topics like the news, like social issues, things of that nature that people want to talk about, but other people may not want to be around that because they may want to remove themselves from any type of heavy negativity that's going on in the world. So
Sure.
that's why they're always separate because I may just want to talk about food and cookies and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
someone else may want to talk about what's going on in government. I don't necessarily care about what's going on in the government right now because I deal with enough negativity and enough have enough stress in my life that I don't want to add any more to that. And looking at what's going on with government and things like that, that's just added more stress and more negativity that I really wouldn't want to deal with. So
Yeah.
that's why they're separated.
Yeah, that's a great point. And now on to our next segment, which is all about politics in America. Let's click, hang up the phone.
I will
Okay.
growl and grunt if you bring up politics.
um, okay, so the next thing I sort of wanted to talk about was you mentioned that it was a little bit rough for 3 months at the beginning of the year. You were sort of debating, maybe if this is going to continue or where you were going to go with it. Then you had the spotlight. I had a lot of fun watching your streams. You had fun. The Saturday Night Horror thing was like the funniest thing ever. I'm so happy that I clipped that teddy bear scaring you.
Oh my gosh, that
ever.
teddy bear was horrible. You weren't the only one. There's like 3 clips of that by 2 other people besides you.
Yeah, I think Skiwi might have clipped it too.
Quite a few people did.
Basically, my question is, how do you feel about streaming now? Is it changed? Where do you want to go?
Okay.
Maybe in the next month, in the next year? What are you thinking?
So it was never that I wanted to give up streaming. That was never an option. It was more of getting back on track. When I
Gotcha.
first started streaming, started streaming in October. Within 3 months, no, not 3 months, blah, 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 I can't even talk, blah. Darkness going on here, sorry. Within 3 weeks, I made affiliate. I made affiliate the day after my birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday. That was a good present.
Yeah. Actually, my present was getting rated by Twitch Kittens for the very first time, and then getting affiliate the day after. So
It is powerful like that.
It was. I was on a hot track. The first month I started streaming, I gained 100 followers. The second month streaming was another 100 followers. The third month, I was almost up to almost 300. And then I kind of stagnated because January hit. I got sick. My husband got sick.
Yeah.
I wasn't really able to stream as much. So I really wasn't sticking to my schedule. I wasn't out there for people to watch. Same thing happened with February. And it wasn't that I didn't want to stream. I wanted to stream. In fact, that was all I was thinking about. It was just a roadblock that kept happening. And so March actually was a better month for me. I started kind of tightening up my schedule, started streaming a lot more, and then, like I said, Spotlight hit.
Right.
As far as streaming is concerned, I don't look at numbers. I don't really concern myself with them. They're kind of an afterthought. They're great to kind of measure, as far as like channel growth is concerned, as far as my personal growth with my community. I view that a little differently. My channel is called The Sanctuary for a reason. It is a safe place, a safe haven for people to come if they've had a bad day from work, if they've had stressors throughout the day, where they can come to my channel and leave it all behind. It is a no negativity, no drama channel where I am going to be the one kind of providing the entertainment, so to speak, whether I'm getting lost in Skyrim, grunting at dragons, or
getting scared by teddy bears.
Getting scared by teddy bears, correct. So with that being said, if I can make someone smile, if I can help alleviate their day, then I've considered my stream successful. Would I love to make partners someday? Absolutely, but that's not my driving force. My driving force is building a safe community where people can come and feel safe and not have to deal with the outside world. And that's why I offer cookies.
Yeah.
I offer cookies. I offer owls. It's magical. It's enchanted. I mean,
everyone loves the cookies.
Yes. Well, I mean, how can you not love my cookies? They are no health consequences. They are endless, and
these magic cookies.
And they pop up any flavor color any flavor you want. They're enchanted cookies, and the only thing you have to worry about when you come to my channel are the owls. They might try to steal them. I mean, you can't blame them. They're awesome cookies.
That's true. It's actually pretty refreshing hearing that take on it, because I know, I would say, probably 90% of the people that are streaming are really, like you mentioned, that partnership push is like the driving force for them. That it's not necessarily about having fun or doing weirdo things, or like you said, just like having a place to relax and kind of laugh at scary games and play around in Skyrim and like travel around in dungeons or caves and stuff. So it's actually pretty interesting. It's a lot less stressful, it sounds like, than the partnership push.
It has been my experience that those that are desperately seeking partnership, they stress themselves out. It impacts their stream, and it impacts their viewership, and they're miserable for it. Same thing for affiliate. Really, people that are going for affiliate. I mean, I wasn't trying for affiliate. I was just doing my own thing. It just happens.
Right.
Versus I knew someone that had been trying for 3 years and they were miserable because they hadn't gotten it. And when newer people were getting it, they made them feel guilty. I mean, it's all about perspective. What is your priority? If you're getting into streaming to become popular, to become famous, to make money, well, you're going to have a rough road ahead. But if you're getting into streaming to have fun, to make connections, to build a community, you're going to have a little bit of easier time because you have an adaptability.
Right.
You're not focused on the end means versus the journey of getting there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's so interesting to hear everyone's perspective on this show. This is my favorite freaking part of the week. Yeah, and you know what? It relates to the we see it every single day in the Twitch Kittens Discord. I mean, how many times have we seen trying to get affiliate? Come follow my channel, come check things out. Like, it's people really making themselves crazy, and then they'll get done with the stream and come right back to the channel saying, "Oh, I'm having such a rough day. There's not enough viewers. I was watching my counts go up and down." Like, just hearing about that is stressful. I can't imagine living in that world.
I can tell you, as someone that reads that, I would never go to that person's channel because you're sending a message to me that I'm just a number. I'm not a person to become a part of your community.
You see that, everyone? That's very good advice. That's very excellent advice. Okay, so your husband streams. I don't know. I'm assuming that's probably on different days. We had this talk a little bit with.
Coordinated it.
Oh, awesome. Okay, good. That's the next topic. How do you balance yours? You're doing the segues for me. This is fantastic. No, how do you balance the two? So you have your married life and your work life, your IRL sort of work life. Then you have Twitch Kittens and sort of a little bit of a stream life. And your husband also streams, so that even complicates it more, that there's like another added aspect that needs to be worked into the schedule. How was that conversation? Like, how rigid is it?
It's not rigid. It's as simple as this. My husband got me into gaming in order for me to de-stress from my job because my job can drive me crazy. He got me hooked on Halo Reach, set up Firefight, which had infinite ammo, and I really couldn't die, so it's ultimately God mode, and let me loose on the map so I could just go ahead and start killing elites and grunts and stuff like that. He got me into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I was semi-gamer before that, but he got me into it. Um, my husband's a gamer too. I game. He's on PC. I'm on console. We have an unspoken, actually a very spoken rule that at any point we can tell each other, hey, we need attention. We need to spend some time together.
Mm-hmm.
If he's in the computer room and he's playing a game or if he's streaming, all I have to do is come in and say, hey, can you turn all that off and come to the living room? Let's watch a movie. We have that type of open communication. He knows my streaming schedule for the most part. And if he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, or if he gets mixed up, he asks me. And then he'll ask me, is it all right if I stream? Will it bother you? A lot of times he streams when I'm at work. Fridays, when I'm working nights, he'll stream. So when I come home, he'll maybe streaming and he'll stop and then
Mm-hmm.
he'll make me something to eat. Or Saturday afternoons while I'm at work, he's streaming and he stops when I get home. I stream
Mm-hmm.
in the evenings, but I don't start off right away. I wait a couple of hours. I'm home with him before I immediately hop onto streaming. That so that we have a chance to talk about our days, wine, unwind,
Yeah.
watch a movie or whatnot. But streaming is something we both do, but it's not everything that we do. It's not the
Right.
end all be all. We're both gamers, we both respect that,
Mm-hmm.
but it it's a give and take balance. And we
Sure.
always kind of
Yeah.
run things off of each other. So
Yeah. That's yeah.
if my husband came to me and said, hey, I'm thinking about streaming tonight, and I said, well, I really would rather us stay in and watch a movie, he'll do it. Or if he said, hey, let's watch a movie, I'll do it. It's all about priorities, and my husband's always going to take priority over anything that I do.
Mm-hmm. This is yeah, and it's interesting. I love hearing that aspect of the streamers and how they work it out with their sort of real life. And it's kind of funny that all the people that I've had on the show to talk about that are all married. So it's all kind of a little bit of a similar thread where it's sort of worked out schedule wise and to plan for time together with their significant other, as well as doing the streaming. But I think that you might be the first one that has said that your significant other is also a gamer, so and a streamer at that. So that
Mm-hmm.
adds like an extra, as you mentioned, like there's a little bit of a level of respect there where it's like, if you come home and there's not really anything happening, and or if he comes home, there's not really anything happening that day, and you're scheduled to stream, it's kind of like, okay, well, they have something to do tonight. It's sort of like almost an unspoken, a little bit of respect,
It is, because
just because you're both in that world.
if he's streaming, I'm in the other room, either working on my channel, I'm on Discord, I'm watching a movie,
Yeah.
or all the above. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
streaming, he's in the other room, he's playing a game. So
Right.
it's we make time for each other no matter what.
Yeah.
But we also have our hobbies that we each respect.
Right.
And
True. Yeah, and
truth
that's
be
fantastic.
told, he pushes me. There are nights when I absolutely don't want to stream that he's like, no, this is your night to stream. You need to stream. He
Mm-hmm.
pushes me when times when I need to be pushed.
That's good. It all comes from knowing you that well. You know what I mean? To know that that's what, um, you kind of need a little. Okay, get out there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's sort of the same thing here too. I mentioned it last night with Lace when she was telling me about her working her schedule out with her partner. It's sort of the same thing in this house too. I don't stream unless my entire family's asleep. That's why my stream starts at 9 and goes until whenever. Everyone in this house is asleep already. um, But yeah, it's the same thing. I don't stream on the weekends because I'm basically just rolling around on the ground with my children for the 15 hours and then they go to sleep. Um, yeah, but that's really interesting to hear about a relationship like yours where both are streamers and gamers. That's a really different perspective that we had not talked about before. Um,
No, the biggest driving factor with my streaming, honestly, is going to be my work day, and which
yeah.
is why my schedule fluctuates the way that it does. Is depending on what's happened that day, depending on how traffic was when I got home, depending on
Hmm.
how tired I am, that's going to influence everything that I do.
Right. Yeah, you have a long
Because
commute too.
the commute is long, the job is exhausting, um, mentally, emotionally, and at times physically. That's just the nature of mental health.
Right.
And so there are times where I need to take care of myself. And I'm going to take care of myself before anything else. Because if I can't take care of myself, then I can't take care of my husband. And my
Right.
husband comes first.
I love having you on the show. I'm so happy that we worked this out. Um, yeah, if just background information there, I misunderstood something when we were trying to get together for it, and it was going to be last night, and then I ended up
Uh-huh.
booking Lace, thinking that we had some kind of miscommunication. So I'm very happy that we got to do it today.
Okay.
um, so I would open it up to questions if there's some in the Discord, but I have a question for you.
Okay.
Yesterday, I think, or maybe the other day, I thought I heard you mention something about an emote changing or getting some emotes redone, and I hope to God you don't actually mean the Sith Kitty.
Oh no, no. Oh no, heavens no. That is
Okay.
like my baby. I I visualized Sith Kitty before I even made affiliate just because I wanted an emote. And so when I made affiliate, I was excited and upset at the same time because I had no emotes ready because I wasn't
Right.
prepared for it. And so when I commissioned Gemini Assault, she is an artist in Twitch Kittens. She did a set
Okay.
my three emotes that I have, and my owl emote is not actually my original owl. I actually have that recommissioned and redone by her. No,
Oh, okay.
the emote that I'm gonna have redone is my cat that's inside the moon, the black cat in the moon,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't really get used that much. That was actually inspired as kind of a memorandum of my original kitty that had passed away.
Mm.
And so what I had wanted to do was have an owl with a cookie, a cat that resembled my cat, and then Cortana, which is Sith Kitty, holding a lightsaber because Sith Kitty is actually my cat. I gave the artist a picture of my cat and said, I want this cat in caricature form holding a lightsaber. And
I love that
initially,
concept.
the lightsaber was going to be purple, and then my cat did something. And I said, no, make it red. She's a damn little Sith cat. We call her Murder Mittens.
Well, she tore your headphones apart, right? So there's that.
Yes, she tears a lot of other things apart. She tears my hands and stuff
Oh,
apart. She tears my legs apart. We rescued her last May
oh.
from a shelter after we had lost our pup of 20 years. And she's been a handful. She is a Siamese mix and a brat to the teeth. She's pretty much me in cat form. We have the same personality, I swear.
Well, of all the emotes on the Twitch Kittens Discord, that is the best one. I'm sorry to anyone else that hears that. Sith Kitty's the best one. um,
I love my Sith Kitty. No, the one that I'm gonna be, like I said, that I'm getting
yeah.
redone is the Cat in the Moon, and I've commissioned Akayuki to do that emote, and that is again going to be inspired by my cat. It's going to have the same coloring as Sith Kitty, but it's going to have more of a Cheshire cat smile, holding a heart-shaped cookie with its claws inside the cookie with a
Hmm.
dragon tail kind of wrapped around because I
Oh,
play
cool.
Skyrim, and
Yeah.
like having like a little bite taken out of the cookie.
Oh,
So it's gonna be a
I
little
will
bit
look
more
forward to seeing
whimsical.
that. Yeah.
It's gonna be whimsical because I like having the idea of my emotes being whimsical and showing a little bit of my personality in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love Star Wars. Star Wars is one
Who
of
doesn't
my
love
favorite.
Star Wars?
I love Star
No, okay.
Wars. I love lightsabers. And after watching the behavior of my cat, I knew that I wanted to do that. And then watching her even more, I look at her and I can see her with a Cheshire cat smile. So that's kind of,
I
she's
gotcha.
kind of the
Yeah, it makes
driving
sense. Yeah.
force of,
So oh, go ahead. Sorry.
she's kind of the driving force behind some of the emotes. And, but the
Hmm.
owl is going to stay put because I have to have an owl in the Enchanted Sanctuary. I have to. I mean, I have owls swooping down, stealing people's cookies.
Yeah, the owl gets
And
used
I,
quite a bit on the Discord as well.
yeah, and I need a cookie emote because I give out cookies. So
Yeah,
that's
that would make sense. Yeah.
that.
So I actually have a question. I have every question I have revolves around Sith Kitty.
Okay.
the you know how you can do the command instead of clicking on the macro. I noticed
Uh
that the
huh.
command is dark SE something or other and then lurk. So I'm wondering when you decided on the moniker or the postfix lurk, how did you what did you originally imagine that emote as? You know what I mean?
That
What in
emote
your
was
mind?
initially going to be a lurk emote, but it has
Hmm.
become something other than a lurk emote. That emote gets used whenever something is about to go down, like if someone gets banned or if someone
That's how I
does
use it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it has evolved. In fact, the moniker Dark SE was under my original channel name.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
got
that's
that.
how old that that emote is. So yeah, it was
Huh.
Sith Lark or Sith Kitty Lark or something like that. I
Right.
forget how I typed it out, and I was scrambling to come up with a name, so I just kind of did that.
Well, it's
And
awesome.
it was supposed to be a Lark emote, but it kind of evolved into something else to the point where I'm
I
half tempted to go back in and resubmit it under the actual
a
band
different
name.
yeah. I would yeah. I mean, I will forever use it as like an attacking emote or something like that or like a
Yeah,
defense emote.
and that's how it kind of ended up becoming. It was never meant to be that way. It was just meant to kind of lurk in with the little lightsaber, but it's
Mhm.
kind of become a defense attacking. I mean, even when someone says fight me in Discord, I pop up Sith Kitty. I mean,
Yeah. I
how
think I
can I
used it
not?
like that like 6 times today. um
It's so fun to
okay.
use.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's the best emo. If you don't have it, you can go to her page and get it. Her link is obviously beneath her picture, and her name is right there. I'm pretty sure, 90% sure that your Twitter handle is that, right? It's just your name.
Yes,
Okay.
everything is Dark Athena. And I did that on purpose. When I made my name change, I did extensive research, and my husband came up with the idea of me kind of making a name, made up name.
Mm-hmm.
And so um, it was originally going to be Dark Athena without the E, but I didn't like how that looked. It looked weird. And so
Yeah.
when I
Huh.
was doing searches on Twitch, um, if I spelt it with an A, millions of names popped up. And I didn't want that. I wanted that if you type my name in, my name pops up. And when you do that, my name literally is the one that pops up. And there's no numbers. So I'm the original. you can't copy me. I mean, you could, but it'd be obvious that you ripped my name off.
You could, and then we bring Sith Kitty, and you're in trouble.
Exactly. I mean, you could. And then when I did that on Twitch, I made sure that I could use it on Twitter. I could use it on Instagram. I do have
Right.
an Instagram, but it is set to private, and I don't really use it for streaming.
Yeah.
So it's right across the board.
Well, see, there you go. This is like the 4th tip today for new streamers. Come up with a name that is going to be easily searchable in Google, and I think Alvara would be very proud of you saying that, considering her marketing, her background in marketing and her spiel on social media.
Well, I have a degree in psychology, so it's basic psychology as well.
There
You want
go.
something that is simple, easy to remember, that can roll off the tongue, and Dark Athena rolls off the tongue.
It does. It's a good name, and I like it with the E rather than the just the Athena.
And that
think
came
that was the
about
right
because
call.
I love
Yeah.
owls. I love
Oh.
owls. My channel has owls, so instead of Athena, which is, you know, goddess of war and has her owl symbol, I went with an E. So it's the same thing, just different.
Fantastic.
It actually ties into the branding of my channel.
Yeah. See, you have all of this concert of things working together at the same time. I need to get on that level. I need to take this advice that I've heard here tonight.
I have obsessive compulsive disorder, so I have a need to make sure that everything is consistent and fluid and ties in together in a neat little package. Otherwise, it will drive me crazy.
That's as good a reason as any. And it has the added bonus of being very unique and congruent online whenever you look at things. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so happy that you came on today, which is not the usual day.
Did anyone in chat have any questions for me while I am here?
Let me scroll. I saw some comments about numbers, and I think we sort of covered that. That worrying about numbers is not the most important thing in the world when it comes to streaming. And I think I've heard you talk about that on the Discord as well as here tonight.
Oh yeah, I've said that millions of times. I even
Yeah.
said that in my spotlight intro that
Right.
Dark posted that, you know, my focus is on providing a safe haven, not numbers.
Right.
Numbers will be a byproduct of producing a good quality stream and making friendships and being genuine with those friendships, not making a friendship for the purpose of getting something from someone. Because then that's not a friendship. That is you using somebody
Right.
for an ulterior motive.
This is going to be awesome because I'm going to clip this portion of the episode and put it on YouTube. And anytime we get questions in the Discord, I'm going to say, go to the videos channel and listen to what Dark Athena had to say about this. Please. Okay. Thank you for coming on the show. You can follow her at that Twitch link that is right beneath her picture. The same thing on Twitter. Not Instagram. You can find her in the Discord. The Discord is linked beneath this picture someplace in these panels. Thank you for coming on the show. I'm very happy.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we will get back to guarding the Discord channels with Sith Kitty for the rest of the future. And if you give me
Can
5
I
minutes,
just
I'm going to
say
switch. Oh, yeah.
one thing that you
Sure.
nearly broke me when you subbed to my tier 3. Because you're the only one that has done that. And so I am so stoked that someone will actually be using Sith Kitty on Twitch.
It's
awesome.
so funny when I was well, obviously I'm very happy to do something like that, but when you were saying something in the video about that, I'm like, there's no way I wasn't going to do that. Every single time you post Sith Kitty, I'm like, that's the best emote I've ever seen. That's the best emote I've ever seen. I need to have that emote. Of course I was going to do that. I got to have that emote. Yeah, absolutely. You're a fantastic person on Discord. You're a perfect candidate for and a pick for the Spotlight stream for TK. And obviously everyone knows all the work you do in the Discord and for Twitch Kittens. So thank you from all of us. I hope, and I mentioned this to Kitty and Lace a little bit, also with you, I hope maybe we can do like a follow-up to this chat. Maybe at some time in the future, some X weeks away or months away, and sort of see like a comparison. You know what I mean? Like a postpartum, where we are now versus where we were then kind of thing. That might be pretty interesting.
That would be awesome, actually. I think that's a pretty cool idea.
All right, good. I just wrote it down, so it's legal now. It's binding. Now you have to.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
thank
who
you.
knows?
Yeah.
Maybe by that time, I will have hit my 1,000 followers. So maybe you might actually have a video chat with me.
There you go. See that? 1,000 followers video chat. Let's go get it done. We're going to constantly raid her channel.
As a teaser of what
That's
I would
right.
like.
Yeah, let me stop being a terrible host and put that back up. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to switch to the post show in just a moment. Thank you so much for being on the program. Okay. I will talk to you in a moment, Dark, and the rest of you I will see in maybe 5 minutes. So just hold tight, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.